Hey, Soul Family. My name's Shelly. Welcome to Healing Truth Tarot. Oh, please like, subscribe, especially comment for the algorithms so we can grow our infant channel. Um, a simple emoji would be great. Anything you got, we'll take it. All right. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell just in case you want to be notified for the next video. Um, so this is a general reading for the Mass Collective, so everybody. And the cards have been pre-shuffled, and while I was shuffling, they were flying out, so I just took them. I got to go with the flow of spirit in the universe, so we can get right into this. So I'm going to show them to you before I start giving you what my intuition tells me about the cards. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles. And the Empress. All right, and those are from the Rider-Waite Tarot. Next, from the Crystal Visions Tarot, we have Two of Cups. That's a couple of twos, so there's some balance going on here, or needed balance. Judgment. The Sun. That's two major arcana so far. And next from the Meaning Tarot, we have the Four of Swords. And the Nine of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles. Lots of pentacles. Pentacles, pentacles. It's a beautiful thing, people. All right, let's get going. Oh, and then when we're done with that, we'll do some words out of the word jar. Then we'll do the Healing Energy Oracle and one from the Daily Guidance Angel Oracle. And then the final card will be from the Del Toro deck. And that one flipped out on me too, so they all did. So we are pre-everything. It's a beautiful thing. So, all right, so first we have the Queen of Pentacles. And I feel like this is where we're trying to get to. Okay, because balance, we're looking for some balance. And we're embodying the Empress, okay, the Empress energy. And she is the culmination of all of the queens with her nurturing and her patience and tolerance and dealing with things through love and emotional, but and again nurturing and emotional, but not overly emotional. She has herself under control, and to me, she's the epitome of balance. She's got it going on, folks. All right. And then we have the Two of Cups, and there's some more balance for us. I feel like this is, we have one card that shows what I'm about to say, and well, two actually. And in a second you'll see later, but again, this is where this is where you are trying to get to. I'm supposed to work on using the word you instead of we. This is where you are trying to get to. You've done the inner work, but there's still some lingering things that need to be addressed, and it has to do with relationships, not just the self relationship, but relationships with others. Okay, you might be arguing with housemates, you might be arguing with your spouses, or your significant others, arguing with people at work, or they're arguing with you, and I'm getting the sense that it's been difficult to just walk away. It feels impossible because energies are scattered. Your energies are scattered right now. And instead of acting, you're reacting based on a flare-up of an emotion, usually anger and frustration. So that's really common, actually, when a lot of inner spiritual work has been done, or inner, defective character work or shadow work or whatever name you want to call it. When all that inner work has been done, there is going to be some anger. There's going to be some frustration because nothing is the same. And the people that you used to know how to deal with, those people that don't match your energetic levels, okay? You used to know how to deal with them, and you're just not willing to do it anymore. You're not going to deal with the gaslighting or the accusations or the finger pointing and all that other stuff, and they're doing that because they don't know who you are anymore either, because you're different. And a lot of them have just stayed stuck. Some of them consciously, willingly. I can hear them now. Spirit's telling me, they're saying, I know I should do this and I could do that, but I'm not going to. I refuse. And they're hanging on to these old paradigms and these old behaviors and these old thought patterns because the thought of change terrifies them. It terrified you too. But you're a light worker. That's what a light worker does. They take that nasty old energy, that dense, dark energy, and they transmute it into something lighter, something easier to carry, something that other people don't understand unless they are on their own journeys, towards spiritual enlightenment, and everybody isn't. And it's sad. It's heartbreaking, but it's true. Everyone's not on the path of spiritual enlightenment. So those are the people that are going to be stuck in the 3D world, and the rest of us are learning how to keep our feet planted on the ground in the 3D world, but be in that upper vibrational energetic level. And that's, also why we're pulling up some balance cards here. Twos are always about balance, no matter what's going on in your life, right? But that's why we're pulling up those balance cards, is because we're learning how to balance. And Spirit's telling me to let you know there's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be things that you're like, WTF? Where'd that come from? Because a lot of the readings have been talking about unexpected things happening. And I try to keep it positive, but we can't ignore the elephant in the room. There's things that are going to happen that are not feeling positive. But Spirit says to remind you that those things are happening for a reason, and they are happening for you, not to you. You may hear me repeat myself. These are the messages. I'm just the messenger. Spirit says it's okay. You do what you know is right, and they're going to do whatever they do. And they probably think it's right too, what they're doing. It's just not right for you. It's right for them, but it's not right for you. Spirit's reminding you, if you lined up 10 people and each one of you said to do something a certain way and you did it that certain way, you'd still might be lucky to be left with one person that was happy with you, even though you did exactly what they said, exactly the way they said to do it. Not going to please people. It is time to please you. And I don't mean walking all over top of people. You're, and I don't sense that you're doing that. I'm just saying that's not the type of pleasing yourself. I'm not talking about that narcissistic or self-absorbed, I'm going to do whatever I have to do for me and screw everybody else energy. I'm talking about this. It's time for you to do you. To do the things that you love to do. And stop just handing over your energy to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Or Susie, Sharon, Karen. Just, you don't have to do that anymore. It isn't doing anything. It's not accomplishing anything except for sucking the life out of you. So, and that kind of brings us to our judgment card. The Spirit says everybody gets their just desserts. And that can be really great just desserts or really crappy just desserts. Depends on the type of energy that you're putting out, right? But for most of us, I feel like we are putting out the energy that is the loving energy. We're doing the best. You're doing the best you can. You really are. Again, you can't save anybody. All you can do is keep taking the right next step. What's the next right thing to do? What's the right thing to do? What should I do now? What do I do next? And if you don't know, and you probably don't, because like I said, your energies are really scattered. And that's, like I said, understandable. You've just gone through a great deal of healing. And you're not sure what to do with yourself because, as usual, you're uncomfortable. So, Spirit says to get back to the grounding. That's the only way you're going to level out your energy, is to get back to your grounding. And whatever is for you will be you. And it will be coming to you. Whatever is for you. You are the things that you love. You are those things. The things you love to do, those are you. Otherwise, you wouldn't love to do them. They're a piece of you. And Spirit says that it's time for you to really let that light shine in those things. Oh my goodness, those things, those redundant thoughts, those irritating situations that you have no control over, that other people are producing. The only way to deal with those is to plant your feet on the ground and keep the focus on your desires. And keep the focus on how much you have gone through, because I know that a lot of you have gone through some really rough patches, and not just recently, but through your whole life. Some really rough things, some really traumatizing stuff. You were built for this. This is what you're here for. And now, because you've survived all these awful things, now you are you're so close to the end of the dark path. You don't have to be on the dark path anymore. There's being a light shown to you. All you have to do is look up and find it. And if you can ground yourself, you'll hear your own intuition telling you the next right thing to do. And yeah, you know what? You're going to argue with yourself. Before I pull up the sun, you're going to argue with yourself. And when you're done arguing with yourself, this is what's going to come. Okay, the sun, new beginnings, prosperity, blessings, light. The light, like as I was saying, that light that you're looking for, to look up and you'll find it. And once you're able to do that, the rest will come in. And this card is also suggesting taking it easy on yourself in every respect, not just physically. Take it easy on yourself. Stop beating yourself up over stuff. The only things that are in your control are the things that you create and your reactions to things that other people create, or others, or life. Sometimes life just happens. And when life happens, that's the universe preparing you. I don't believe in the word testing you, but I do believe that you are prepared. and all the things that you're looking for, that you're trying to manifest, that you've been almost begging for, are on their way as soon as you are in the proper energetic space to receive them. They're already around you. They're all around you. You're just not seeing them. Because your energy is everywhere. Okay? And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. As I said, you get that rest and rejuvenation, mentally, physically, emotionally. And the Nine of Pentacles, your manifestations start showing up for you. The 9 obviously is just before 10, duh. My point is that the 9 is it's almost here card. The 10 is, boy howdy, it's here now. Would you look at that? Yeah. So that 9 of Pentacles comes after you get that rest and rejuvenation, because once you see that sunshine and the light is shown on the things that you're looking for, that you're not seeing right now, that's when you're going to be able to take a deep breath and calm yourself, and once you do that, once you're able to ground, get yourself grounded better, again, you'll start seeing the fruits of your labor. And this is a direct response to the 9 of Pentacles. 2 happy people. This also is pointing towards your relationships getting better. Let me put that back up there for you. There you go. 2 happy people. They're in a partnership, so that's not necessarily romantic, but it is about relationships. So the 2 people, and there's a third party who is, now they're looking, to me, they're looking at a home. And they've gotten together with this third party to help create exactly what they want. So Spirit is saying, if and when you're open to it, excuse me, if and when you're open to it, there's going to be support, not just on the ethereal plane, but on the physical plane. So Spirit wants me to tell you that this card, yes, you absolutely are going to need that rest and respite, absolutely, to recharge, right? And I know that you've been like going inward, and you've been resting and you've been doing that stuff, but you need more, because transmuting energy takes a lot of energy. It's exhausting. And I also know that a lot of you aren't sleeping well. Funny dreams, sometimes nightmares, popping awake 2 hours, every 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. When you do that, try to remember to pay attention to the numbers on the clock. And then see if you can remember those numbers. And then, about the third time you've woken up every 2 hours. The third time around, you're like, forget it, I'm just going to stay up. And, obviously that's not helping you. It's not helping you feel less tired, but you just got to roll with it. Just roll with it. There's nothing you can do about that either. Nothing. Okay? It'll pass. And I know it's been going on for a while, but it will pass. Okay? You got a lot of stuff on your mind, and you're getting a lot of downloads. And with the solar flares and all that stuff, that's giving you downloads as well. Not just Spirit, but the universe is conspiring to give you these downloads to prepare you for the better things that are coming to you. All right, so partnerships are in the future. And again, I mean, the universe is conspiring and resituating and recalibrating things so that these people, places, and things can come to you. And most of this stuff, like the financial stuff or the love stuff, it's already around you, and you're just not seeing it yet. But this one card with the partnership, and I don't feel like that's romantic because there's 3 people there. So this partnership, that one is in the future. Once you get that rest, and then once you get that number 9 of Pentacles going, where you start seeing the fruits of your labor, somebody's going to be presented to you by the universe that is going to help you along with that. You know, and we always go, oh, well, maybe they'll give me a loan, or they give me some advice, or they'll do this, they'll do that. But there's a lot of ways that somebody can be helpful to you. Maybe they'll say something to you, and it'll click. A realization will click for you. So it's not always about physical or mental or emotional support on purpose. It might just be that they say something, or they do something and you're like, I should do that. See? Yeah, baby. Okay, let's pick some words out of the word jar. Little noise, people. I was trying to leave the fan off. I'm kind of looking forward to winter. That's a shame, isn't it? So I don't have to run the fan. All right, so yeah, we have problem solving. You know, and the Queen of Pentacles is good at that. That's why she's the queen, because she's really good at problem solving. And this is energy you have within you. Again, this is where you're trying to get that here. Queen, the Queen, the 2 of Pentacles, the Empress. Excuse me. Maybe Spirit doesn't want me to talk. That's where you're trying to get. And what I'm hearing is, don't push so hard. I want to say this so it doesn't sound redundant. I could say, just let it go. Just let it go. That is so difficult, to just let something go. But again, that's why Spirit keeps harping, or having me harp on the grounding, you know, meditation, prayer, whatever. Just go out in nature, listen to some music. I mean, you don't have to sit in Om or anything. You know, you just go out to a park, or listen to your favorite music, or try something like that. That will definitely ground you. And it'll take your mind away from these goals, that trying to push towards these goals that you have. And the reason that you're pushing is because you've waited and waited, and then you waited some more, and you're still waiting. A lot of you see things before they happen. Now, I am going to use myself as an example just this once. I saw our ascension coming 25 years ago. I knew about it. And I've spent the last 25 years going, is it here yet? Is it here yet? It's here now. Not anything like I initially thought it was going to be. It's better. Because I want that instant gratification. Can I have that now, please? How about yesterday or the day before would have been great? That'd be great. This is better. Because we're on the planet, yes, to have and to grow and to, you know, be wealthy in every way, shape, and form that we could be wealthy. But we're also here to experience things. That is the main objective, is what are we going to experience in this lifetime? What are we going to do? Yeah, a lot of the inner work, by the way, has been about clearing up karmic debt. Because a lot of you, you're okay, you're in soul form, you're with Source or the universe or God or whatever you label you put on your HP, your higher powers. You're with them and you're like, I want to experience this, that, and the other. And Source says, okay. And then you pick your family that you're born into, and you pick because of their circumstances, and because of the other soul family members that you're going to interact with in this lifetime. So, meantime, in all these other lifetimes before, you've built up a buttload of karmic debt. Some lives you were the best person ever. In some lives you were one of the worst people anybody could ever meet. In some lives you were like, whatever. But in this life, a lot of you chose before you came into human form to clear up every single piece of karmic debt that you had. And if there was karmic debt that you could not clean up in any way, shape, or form with another human being, then you learned here in this life that you can cut the karmic cord, that you can tear up the soul contract, that you don't have to clear up anything with some people. It isn't necessary anymore. You've paid your dues, is what I'm saying. And that's what that inner work was about. Clearing up karmic debt is definitely a part of an ascension or a spiritual awakening or spiritual progression. Definitely. Because we got to make room for the new stuff. We are in the most awesome time ever in the history of being human, in the history of humanity, in the history of the planet. We are in the most amazing time ever, and we chose to be here. It's a beautiful thing, people. All right, next we pick brand new. Oh, where are we with the brand new? Oh, my goodness. Let me put my specs on here. Yeah, there we go. So even though this quote-unquote partner or third party in a partnership is a part of your soul family, on a soul level you recognize them, but from this lifetime you won't recognize them. They're going to be brand new. Yeah, somebody you've never met before. So just pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Don't take things so seriously. 2 men. All right. I guess Spirit answered that question. So for you, whether you're a male or a female, whether you're a male or a female, for you, it's going to be 2 people who embody the male energy. It doesn't have to be 2 men, but it's definitely going to be 2 people who embody the male energy. Now, some females carry a lot of male energy. Some males carry a lot of feminine energy. So this is saying that you're definitely going to be, this brand new person, this brand new partner is going to be, they are going to be very masculine in a lot of ways. What's next? Forgiveness. Yeah, karmic debt. Oh, and the Empress too. Right. Hold on, let me get myself situated here. All right. So, yeah, I can't see what I'm doing right in front of me. Sorry about that. Yeah, the forgiveness. That's going to help you find balance. You do have some forgiving of yourself to do. Absolutely. And because there's been some upheaval around you in your personal life, there's going to be have to be some forgiveness for others. And you might have to forgive them and they might have to forgive you. And it might work both ways on that one. It would be nice if it worked both ways on that one, but you may not get what you're looking for. Just because you apologize to somebody for your part in it doesn't mean they're going to apologize back. But that's okay. You did what you were supposed to do. Do you remember, apologies aren't about the other person, they're about you. Apologies are to clear up your karmic debt. Apologies are about you humbling yourself so that you're more able to see the things that you need to see and the things you want to see, the things you're looking for. That's what forgiveness is about, not about the other person. And one more word, calling someone. Huh. All right, I do sense a little bit of lovey-dovey in here. So there may be either a reconciliation, and I don't feel like you live with this person, but a reconciliation with someone you're already involved with, or someone from your past trying to contact you. That keeps coming up. I feel, I have this, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about me again. I have this terrible case of, what's the word I want? Imposter syndrome. Sometimes when I keep pulling up the same thing, I'm like, is that just me repeating myself, or is that spirit repeating themselves? And spirit says that spirit repeating themselves. It's an ongoing theme. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why it bothers me so much to, probably, I have my own issues. But anywho, this is about you. But, Two of Cups, yeah. Somebody's coming, and that's what they're looking for. Now, if you've argued with someone, a partner, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a friend, a fringe benefit friend, they're going to be calling you because there seems to have been a falling out. Or you just weren't digging each other anymore. But Spirit says you guys need a part-time. Even if it was for 1 day or 2 hours, you needed some time away from each other to get perspective. You have got a lot going on. So remember to be gentle with yourself so that you can be gentle with other people. Doesn't mean put up with their stuff. Just be as gentle with them as possible. Be as gentle with them as you would be to yourself, or that you wish they would be to you, is better. Some of us aren't so good with being gentle with ourselves. So just be as gentle with the other person as you want them to be with you. Because nobody can beat yourself up better than you. So you really don't need another person to help you along with that. Just saying. What's this one? This is the last one, I think. Yeah. Do you want to go on a date? Yeah. So, the offer of a date or a picnic comes to mind. That's what Spirit just said, a picnic. The offer of a picnic or a get-together where there's a bunch of people and there's food involved and you're outside, a celebration of sorts. So there's an invitation coming. And Spirit says you need to get your... Spirit says, sometimes my spirits are sarcastic like me, or maybe that's just the way I process it. It is amazing to Spirit how you spend as much time inside as you do in the middle of July. So Spirit says, get your butt out there. All these things that you're looking for aren't going to come if we're isolated, if you are isolated. It's just not going to. Maybe the phone call part. Maybe the forgiveness part. But all that other stuff, outside of the home is where all these things that are swirling around you are. They're not in the home. They're outside of the home. Go have some fun. Don't have too much fun. Not too much drinking. But have some fun. Alright, so... clock says 33:53, so look for the number 333, or 33, or 6, or 9. Alright, so daily guidance here. I'm sorry, healing energy first. Yes. Guidance is the word. I know you can't read that. It's very small. Let me read it for you. Guidance. In times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me. I'll get back to it. Let me clear something up. I use the word God often because it's a very common word used for higher power. So, and that's what these cards are doing. If you don't believe in God, that's cool. Just replace it with whoever you believe in, or nothing if you don't. All right, so guidance. In times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me to the light in my being. I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom to me and step forward in trust. I release my fate to God, and my faith is rewarded. Yeah, your faith is rewarded. There's those pentacles. Faith. Faith is rewarded, people. And next now we have the Daily Guidance Angel Oracle. Innocence. Let's see. There you go. I know the light's shining right on it. Again, I will read for you. Innocence. I need my trusty flashlight. Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. Let me read that again. Innocence. Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that we may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. So the card says that God made you. You were made in Source's energetic image. You were made in God's image. You're in. That doesn't mean physically, the physical image. That means the energetic image. So you are perfect just the way you are. You are perfectly imperfect or perfectly perfect, however you want to look at it. You just keep doing what you're doing because you're doing right. There have been some bumps in the road. As a matter of fact, this last card from the Del Toro deck speaks of that. This is the Five of Wands. And that is about inner turmoil. And when we're feeling that inner turmoil, that tends to be when we get bunk from other people because they're picking up on that. Oh, look, they're gullible right now, or look, we can take advantage of them now, or look, they're a victim now. So yeah, sometimes people will come at you when you're feeling the lowest because they sense it. And those are kind of the people you want to stay away from. So again, you do you. You extend that forgiveness because it's for you and how it's going to make you feel, not how it's going to make them feel. We are all responsible for our own feelings, unless you deliberately hurt somebody's feelings on purpose, say in an argument. That may be something you need forgiveness for, but unless you've done that, if someone has come at you and say that you didn't respond to them, but they hurt your feelings because they were mean and said nasty things and gaslit you or called you names or whatever, your only job in that respect is to forgive them, whether they ask for it or not. Forgive them, because they're not paying rent in that space in your head. They're just in there. So boot them out. And while you're at it, Spirit says to boot out all that other bad juju you got going on in there. All that anxiety and stress and confusion. Kick it out of there through the grounding, through the music, or the writing even, or the nature, or a boxing bag, or exercise, or whatever trips your trigger. If you have fun and it relaxes you and takes you out of yourself, out of the murk of the 3D, do it. I know it's contradictory. Well, we're supposed to ground, yes, but grounding isn't a physical thing. I mean, it can feel physical. It feels physical for some people. Meditation is euphoric for a lot of people. That's why they do it. But it takes them out of themselves and creates a balance between the 3D, where your feet are planted, and the 4 and 5D and above. But right now, most of us are working on the 4 and 5D. We're not at the 6th, 7th, and 8th D yet. We're working on the 4th and 5th dimension. So, anywho, I know it sounds contradictory, but it will literally give you the balance that these cards are talking about. These cards. It'll give you that balance. So, thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate you guys. Give us a like, a subscribe, tap the notification bell, and leave us an emoji or something, or a comment of some type. That would be really, really appreciated. And you have a beautiful evening, or you have a beautiful day, whichever one it is for you. Stay safe.